Hey, how's it going? My name is Sam, and I am bringing you a review and showcase of the Bells of Steel cable pulley tower. This is the one with the 210-pound weight stack. This is meant to be more of a perspective of just an average consumer. I'm not being paid for this or sponsored or anything like that. I just thought that after trying to go through the research of finding the right functional trainer for me, and then the assembly process, and now working out with this for about a month, I feel like I have some really good insight that I wish I would have known on the front end, and I hope that this helps you out and provides some value for your time. With that, we can just get straight into it. As you can see, I got the model with the back stabilizer bar here, and I don't have it attached to the wall yet. I actually have this ledge that surrounds the entire perimeter of my garage where the floor was poured, and it juts out a little bit, so I'm going to have to eventually maybe put a 2x4 into the stud behind, maybe even something thicker that I can then put a lag screw through. But even without that attached to the wall, this thing is solid. I've actually kept an eye on this in several different configurations, whether the pulleys are low or high, high weight, low weight, and this thing is solid. Anyway, putting this together was a job, I'm going to tell you. You're going to need two people for sure, and also, as you can see here with the information that you're provided by the manufacturer, it's really more so diagrams. And they do have a really great video on YouTube, Bells of Steel, on the step-by-step installation of this. Now, with that, there are a few areas where they may call a bolt by the wrong number or name, but it's really easy to figure that out, and it's not a big deal at all. But if you do happen to get the model with the back stabilizer bar, just be aware that that video does not include the addition of this. So if you follow that video step by step, you're going to run into a time throughout the assembly process where you'll have to take a lot of this apart to get that bar back in. And it's not a lot of stuff, you know. This back wall anchor, as opposed to mounting on top. Without this, it's sandwiched in between. And then, you know, there's another small part down here that is no longer required because this takes place of that. Anyway, with all that being said, you know, it's really been a great system. I have about a month of workouts with it now, and I've actually discovered something that I didn't know on the front end, and I really wish I would have known. As you can see, it has the dual pulleys here. You can use one at a time, and Bells of Steel markets this as a 2-to-1 pull ratio. And with that being said, you know, your weight stacks, although it goes up to 210, with a 2-to-1 ratio, you're only going to be pulling half of that weight. So my first workout, when I was working with this, I actually went and did some low rows, which of course is a higher weight exercise, and immediately started getting fearful, thinking, I don't know if this is going to be enough weight. You know, I might quickly outgrow this. And I've got a buddy who actually comes to the garage gym and works out with me, and he's a whole lot stronger than me, and it was absolutely not going to be enough weight for him. So I started doing a little more research and looking in, and I just happened to come across a video that Garage Gym Reviews did on kind of, you know, the best functional trainers, and within that video they mentioned these dual pulley systems like this. If you combine this one and this one on one attachment, you get a 1-to-1. So I tried that out, and it worked flawlessly. It is much heavier. You know, I haven't tested that scientifically or anything, but it does feel, you know, twice as heavy. So I'm very happy with that now. There is kind of a caveat with that, and it comes in the form of when I first combined these cables, I put one carabiner to attach both of these, and then I put my one attachment. So when you do that and you pull this out, these cables, as you can see when this is coming back in, start to rub there on the side of that. And as you can see here, this is a sharp metal edge, and these coated cables are not meant to withstand that type of wear and tear. I quickly recognized that, and especially, if you're getting 150, 200 pounds rubbing against that sharp metal edge, you're going to prematurely wear these cables, and of course you don't want to do that. But if you use just these individual handles for some of those heavier exercises, you're still getting the benefit of course, combining both of these. Just one's on each individual arm, of course, but when you pull that out with this, it stays right there in the center of that pulley. So, I also kind of like this individual handle even more for lat pull downs or the low rows, because the range of motion that I'm getting with these individual handles is just so much greater than if you have one attachment and you're kind of locked into that range of motion that provides. With these, strapped handles, there's a lot more range of motion possible. So anyway, I am overall extremely happy with this purchase. And, I didn't even get this from the manufacturer. My whole goal for my garage gym is trying to get everything as economically as possible. I found this brand new in the box from a guy on Facebook Marketplace. He, I think, had just gotten a really good deal on Black Friday, something like that. Decided to go a different direction, so I ended up saving about $400 from, if I would have purchased this from the manufacturer. And the versatility that this provides, I think, of course, it is absolutely worth the cost that they advertise it for. I think it's $1,200 before tax from Bells of Steel. But if there's one thing in my garage gym that really just gives me that feeling of a commercial gym and just, the amount of exercises that this provides, it's this piece of equipment. Again, I'm really going for as much versatility and space saving option as I can. Went with the PRX fold-up rack for that reason. Got this TRX here that I can remove if necessary. Super versatile. My cardio section over here. Of course, I can push all this to the side really easily if I need to get a car in here. But, there's really nothing, there's no exercise that I'm hurting for with this single stack system. And that was a concern of mine. These pulleys are really close together. So I thought initially, of course you can do your flies with this, but how is that going to feel? And I'm here to tell you it's great. You may need to extend these straps down to that last ring, but it really gives you some good separation. And there's also workarounds too. If you want to do kind of like a single arm fly, one thing I've done, I'll grab on to the TRX here and just use that as a stabilizer and then do single arm flies from over here. So not hurting for any exercises, and I am really looking forward to utilizing this for many years to come. The materials that they've used are top notch. The powder coating is great. These pulleys, they are buttery smooth. and it's quiet. The only real audible noise is the plastic rail guides that are here, and then in every weight as well. There's a little bit of a rubbing noise from that, but that's to be expected. So overall, extremely happy with this. If you're in the market for a functional trainer and you're looking for a space-saving design, this is an amazing option. Obviously, they do have the plate-loaded version. I went with the stack for that convenience of just being able to easily select different weights and quickly move through different types of exercises. But, overall, I think it's generally the same setup with the plate-loaded version. They may come with nylon pulley wheels with that one. I'm not entirely sure, but these aluminum pulleys, I'm telling you, it is smooth as butter. It feels great. They look great. Anyway, if you have any questions about this model or the assembly of it, I'd be more than happy to help you out if I can. Just leave those questions in the comment box, and hope this has provided some value for your time. And yeah, enjoy. Thank you.